What is one piece of advice someone could have given you before having kids that would have helped you or prepared you for motherhood?
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So this video is a very interesting video, as always. Amazing conversation and always. So it's a video of a mother coming online to ask the question like, what is one piece of advice that you wish you had known that would have prepared you for motherhood? And you guys know we've always had this conversation of motherhood, going child-free, having kids, not having kids. But some people are going into it without even thinking about it, without even knowing exactly what they are getting themselves into. So this is to ask the question of what's that one piece of advice you wish you know that will prep you for motherhood. And I find this conversation very interesting. So let's go hear what she has to say and people respond to it and what they feel wish that somebody should have told them. Then I'll come back and share my thought. But please go down and share your thought. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. If you know you are a mother already, let us know down in the comment section. What is one advice you wish you had that would have prepped you for motherhood? Anyway, guys, let's go check out this video. Then we'll come back and talk more.
So this is for all my TikTok mums. What is one piece of advice someone could have given you before having kids that would have helped you or prepared you for motherhood? So for me, it would have been like, get ready to make sacrifices, whether they be big or small. Get ready to make sacrifices. I think I knew that motherhood came with some sort of sacrifice, but I didn't know to what extent. I didn't know you would have to sacrifice your career at one point, or not even necessarily your career, but it's like you would have to kind of find a way to balance the two, like down to sleep, everything. Like I think obviously before you have kids, you kind of have an idea, but you don't know to what extent it's going to change your life. You know motherhood is going to change your life, and I feel like we kind of focus on the first, like the newborn phase, or like, you know, when they're 1 or 2. You know, this thing called motherhood, this journey called motherhood is basically lifelong, because what I'm seeing now is your child, or your child could be in their 30s or 40s and you're still going to stress about them. You're still going to be stressing about what's going on in their lives. And another thing is no personal space. Forget about your personal space. Forget about it. It's in the bin. It is in the bin. Personal space, non-existent. But yeah, let me know in the comments what one piece of advice that would have helped you with motherhood would have been. What is one piece of advice someone could have given you before having kids that would have...
I'm going to give you several. Always have some money coming in. Keep separate accounts. If you work from home, you're not a stay-at-home mother, you need help in the household. Being a stay-at-home mom is not a privilege. It's a financial partnership with your husband. Run your household in a way that works for you, not for everybody else. Take care of yourself first so you can take care of everybody else. Get a cleaning service. Be with a man who takes stuff off of your plate, not add to it. A man that only works one job while you work a full-time job and take care of 100% of the household responsibilities hates you. Only have as many kids as you can afford to take care of. Childbirth is going to be one of the most traumatic experiences that you'll ever experience in your life. Plan accordingly. You'll never get your body back, but you can make it better. Set aside about 10% of your grocery budget each week to set aside necessities and stock up. Buying in bulk is normally cheaper. Homeschooling doesn't have to be as hard as you think. You should not feel guilty about having breaks. Everybody gets breaks. Why shouldn't you? Get a life insurance policy on him. And while you're at it, get one on yourself. I don't care if you can only contribute $10 a month to it. Open up a savings account, or better yet, a high-yield savings account for your children when they're born. If they're disrespectful for you, they're not safe for your kids to be around. Travel with your kids early and often. A little screen time never hurt anybody. Problems don't last always, but good people do. And finally, if any of that resonated with you, hit that follow button for more.
What is one piece of advice someone could have given you before having...
Come here. Come here. Your firstborn will trick you into having a second one, because they're going to be the perfect baby and the perfect toddler. So you're going to feel confident and have a second one. And that second one, that's the real test of motherhood. That's the real test.
What is one piece of advice someone could have given you before having kids that would have...
So the biggest piece of advice that would have helped me before I became a mom is that you do not have to subscribe to the all you are is a mom lifestyle. It is a very slippery slope. And when you have very small children, it's okay to be immersed in being a mom, because that is essentially what takes up all of your time, all of your energy, all of your attention, and that's okay. But it does not have to be your identity, your only identity, and it should not be your only identity forever in all of your days. It's not healthy for your children. And there is a delicate, very healthy balance out there if you're willing to do the work to find it, and you should be willing to do the work to find it. That is your job. In addition to taking care of your children and your family, you need to do the work to find out who you are outside of being a mother. And the minute you do that and you take the time to put in that work, the better mother that you will be.
What is one piece of advice someone could have given you?
That you're not supposed to go back to old you. Old you was amazing. She's so cute. She got you here, but she's not going to get you where you want to go. And she was never a mother. She has no idea how to parent kids. Let go of the old you so you can become the new you.
What is one piece of advice someone could have given you before having kids that would have helped?
At least for moms in America, I would say children were not meant to be raised in an ethos of individualism. Obviously, that's more of like a statement than advice, but this would have helped me so much before I became a parent, managing my expectations and maybe even shoring up my life in certain ways before I had kids. Like, you can see grass grow in the cracks of a sidewalk, but I think we'd all agree that's not where grass was meant to grow. And that's what raising children in an individualistic society feels like. It feels like trying to feels like trying to grow plants in concrete. And the only reason it even looks like it's possible is because women are magical, effing, self-sacrificing, hardworking unicorns that literally spend every last inch of their life and blood trying to help children thrive. So it's very possible as a childless person, you've looked around and thought, okay, well, parenting looks like it's very possible in this environment. And that's only because women are busting their lives to make it possible. I wish I could have understood this before I had kids, because there's something about motherhood. Motherhood's exhausting, right? It's a 24-hour day job, but there's something it goes deeper. There's like a certain type of soul torture level of being a parent in an individual society that I don't, there's not words in the English language for it. I just wish I could have conveyed it or understood it before I became a parent. I think the only people for which this doesn't happen are people with really, really wonderful support systems, which is exactly the way children were intended to be raised, in community. The burden of children was meant to be shared. Human beings are a really fragile species. It requires a lot of energy to get our young from birth to 10. And for most of human history, that was done collectively. And this is actually a really unique moment in time. I hope it's only a blip on the historical radar where we're literally like telling people who have kids, well, that's your fault. They're yours. You do it yourself. At no other point in history would human beings have like looked at people who said that and thought that they were right. In fact, I call it the psychosis of individualism. It's like a mental health issue. We are social creatures. We are not made to live this way. And I wish I could have understood as a mom just how, or before I had kids, I wish I could have understood just how soul killing this is to try and do something inherently communal by yourself.
What is one piece of advice someone could have given you before having kids that would have helped?
I got a couple. Biggest one that I used to do when I was really, really young. I had kids young. Do not stress yourself out about Christmases and birthdays and trips and all this stuff. Listen, do your best. Your kids got a roof over their head. They got clothes. They got shoes. They got food. If you can't spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a glamorous Christmas and a extravagant birthday, it's not going to kill your kid. Do not stress yourself out about that. Do your best. And if you couldn't do that great that day, come back a couple weeks later and try it again. Be like, you know what, baby, you didn't do a lot for your birthday. It was last week, but mommy got a little extra money, from our check. We're going to go and do something else extra for your birthday because you didn't get the best birthday on that day. That's okay, too. I'm pretty sure they'll be more than thrilled. It's all right. Christmases, do not kill yourself. It's okay. It's okay. Do what you can do. God damn it, they get stuff all year long. They're fine. They're great. They are. You are not a horrible mom if your kids grow up and are mischievous and do things that Lord knows you didn't teach them. That does not mean you're a horrible mother. It doesn't. It took me a little while to get that one. It doesn't mean you're a horrible mother. I taught you correctly. I did my job. If you chose to ignore my teaching, well, you chose to ignore my teaching. But I taught you the proper way to be. I taught you how to act. I taught you how to conduct yourself. I taught you how to have respect for adults. If you go out in the world and you act a damn fool, that's on you. That's what you chose. That's not a me moment. It's a you moment. Yes, it is. Okay. Just because you don't have the greatest relationship, I'm using daddies because I'm a mommy, with a daddy doesn't mean you're a bad mom. That one took me a second to get to. I chose to have a baby with somebody. It didn't work out. Okay, great. If the person decides that they don't want to be bothered with the child, that's not on me. That's not a me moment. It's not. That's not on me. I gave you a shitty father. I will apologize to you. I will. I will do my best to fill every void that you have. But sweetheart, I can't beat myself up because somebody chose to not be your parent. I am your parent. I do what I'm supposed to do every day. I'm not gonna whoop my own because somebody decided to leave. That one's not on me either. I'm sorry. I'm not. No. Another big one for me, tell your kids you're sorry. Sometimes we get stressed out. Some mom burnout is real. Sometimes we holler at our kids. Sometimes, you snap out. Apologize. Take a deep breath and come back and tell your kid, you know what? Mommy is sorry. Mommy's having a long day. I'm a little stressed out, baby. Mommy apologizes. Tell your kid you're sorry. It makes your child understand that you are human. You are mommy and you seem like a superhero and you seem like everything's great for you. But mommy is still a person. Mommy is still human. Mommy is still allowed to have moments where mommy, has snap outs. And that's okay. Apologize to your kids. Apologize. And you know, as a mom, you're supposed to say sorry to your children. Apologize to your children if you need to. Always do that. I feel like we would have a lot less adults in therapy if mommy could say sorry. Just saying. Yeah. Why? Another real big piece, I wish somebody would have told me, make sure you have some type of income. I don't care what you do. I don't care how you do it. Make sure you have some income. Kids are very expensive. Bills, food, clothes, travel, everything is expensive. You have to have some type of income. Honestly, a couple streams of income, honestly, is better. Everybody can't do that. I don't do that. I don't do the side hustle thing because I make a decent amount of work. But sometimes everybody don't make a decent amount of work. So I totally understand that too. But, and a big thing for me that I had to learn as I got older, don't ever let nobody make you feel bad about your job either. I had a thing I used to be so embarrassed when I used to work at McDonald's. But that McDonald's check kept my baby in clothes. My bills and stuff was paid. So, yeah, I was so ashamed being young and not realizing it. But meanwhile, I was doing what I had to do with that little weak-ass McDonald's check. So don't let nobody make you feel bad. Education is, a big one because, education can definitely open up a lot of doors, a lot of better jobs, a lot more money. So, it's hard to go to school with toddlers. I know. I have a toddler. I am stressed the fuck out and I am tired. Keep going. Do it. Do your best. One class, even if it's one class at a time, that's still a class. That's still a class that you did that you don't got to do again. So that's just my little couple mom tips. But it ain't easy. It's worth it. Our kids are wonderful, but it damn sure ain't easy.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we are allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So feel free, share your opinion. But let's be respectful as always. For me, first up, I just want to give shout out to all these moms that came out to speak their truths. Like, thank you guys so much because I feel like this is something, as much as we have this type of conversation a lot on this channel, I feel like this is still not talked enough about, and this is making a lot of women fall into it without knowing what they are getting themselves into. Like the original creator said, like, yes, to some large extent, you have an idea of like, oh, it's going to be stressful, but not like that. A lot of people usually just focus on just the baby stage, the little, when they are very little, cute. They don't think of the long run, how much it costs emotionally, mentally, financially, and how natural it is. And the way society has set it up, society has set our mothers to give us the illusion, especially when we're young, that they are fine, they have everything together, they are cooking, cleaning, taking care of us, that it is not as exhausting as it is. And a lot of women end up going to find themselves inside and they're like, oh my God, I can't do this. And there's one thing I preach here on this channel is that I'm not against having kids, okay? I'm not against having kids, but the thing is that be very, very intentional of having kids. Know exactly what you're getting yourself into. A lot of people have gone into, like, there's a saying I saw online saying that having kids is a choice. But once those kids are here, it is no longer a choice. And people should start realizing that and I feel like it should start being more of a society and a general thing generally in the world. People should realize that, you know what, even though our society and our culture has taught us and engraved in us that having kids is a must, you need to have kids, like subconsciously, it's like it's a thing, it's a duty for you to do. Please let all of us realize that it is a choice. If all the things they've listed out, you cannot carry it, or all the things you've seen your mom gone through, you cannot carry, or you don't have a tangible reason to say, this is why I want to have a child, not to just fulfill society pressure or who is going to look at you, take care of you in your old age, not all that. You have like a really reasons why you want to have kids, then don't have them. Having kids is a choice, but once they are here, it is no longer a choice. You have to take care of them. You have to deal with them. And this is why I keep having this conversation that it becomes a loop effect in our society and in the world as a whole, because we end up having children that when they come here, like after the baby stage and all that, the cute stage, when the hard times start coming, we're like, I'm not caught up for it, and all that, like. So please, let's be 100% ready and be ready to raise good human beings so that we can keep having good humans in this world today. So let's be very intentional. And people talking about money, kids cost money. Like I do appreciate these women coming out to speak. Kids cost a lot of money, so be prepared for that. Mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, be prepared for that. And I agree with that lady that talked about have kids that you can take care of. Like in my own society, it's been given the illusion that, oh, your husband is going to take care of you and the children and all that. And you see women like, oh, my husband wants one more. My husband wants a boy. Oh, I want a girl. And you keep giving birth to children that you cannot pay their school fees, you cannot feed, you cannot take care of them because you rely solely on your husband. And anything can happen to your husband. Anything can happen. He can decide to leave you. He can decide to cheat on you. He can decide to lose his job. He can decide, like, he could die. He could decide to fall sick and can't walk again. So a whole lot of things can happen. So as a woman, as a mother, be prepared financially. Like, get your bag up. Like, please. Anyway, guys, like, I love, you guys know I enjoy this type of conversation a lot. So please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. And oh, one more before I go. Hey, I have a friend that believes that, oh, like, oh, no, why would having a child change me? It will change you. You see the old you have before children come. That old you is gone. And then your body, you see this, that's another illusion I feel like they give here on social media. People are like, oh, snatch back. Your body will never remain the same. Forget the Beyoncés and the rest. Your body will never remain the same. Your body will never come for someone that has carried different pregnancies. Like I've had like pregnant, and lose babies. Your body will never remain the same. Your body will never remain the same. So prepare yourself, because a whole lot of women get into that place where they have kids, and after having kids, because they can't go back to who they are, their body can't go back to what it is before. They have this internal hate for themselves and even towards the child, where postpartum depression sets in and all that. So please, educate yourself. Ask yourself, like go into that zen yourself and ask yourself why you really want kids. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful as always. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see and join in this conversation. And that will be you supporting this channel and this girl. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.